Hello, SolarLune here, and here's another devlog video for Gearend. This one's going to be a music devlog, and as you can see, some things look different about my desktop. If you know basically my desktop used to look like, you probably don't, because I usually just open straight into the Sunvox or straight into Blender or whatever. So good news, bad news. Let's do it like that. If you've seen my Twitter, if you've been following me on Twitter, then you probably know the bad news. Bad news is my motherboard crashed. So that's bad news. Wasn't able to use my computer. This is basically why it took so long between the last devlog and this one. I haven't done a lot of work on Gearend because my motherboard crashed. So bad news. Good news. Good news. I replaced the motherboard and it did work. I also upgraded my CPU and got a case. So I basically put a computer together in around a day or so. So it took some time, but I got basically a better computer out of it. Good news. Bad news. When you change out the motherboard and stuff on your computer, Windows will deactivate the license. So basically, I can't use Windows anymore because it's deactivated. I talked to Microsoft support. They said basically, yeah, either buy a new Windows or talk to your OEM desktop, provider. So basically, who made my first computer, my actual, the original computer, which was a Dell, not the Singer, and I really don't think that I'll be able to get anywhere with that. So I just said, you know what? I'm not going to pay for something that I already owned. I'm just going to move over to Linux. Good news. It works pretty well. Bad news. It doesn't. It doesn't like my microphone. If I use my microphone with certain programs, it'll make the sound all clicky and sound horrible. Good news. Since I updated my CPU, I basically have the ability to do 1080p 60 FPS videos no matter what, even though Linux doesn't really easily support the same technology in VENC that allowed me to do 1080p videos, 1080p 60 FPS videos from my graphics card. It's a special like a driver or I guess encoding mechanic that allows your GPU to encode the frames when you go ahead and do a screen capture or program capture. And you can do it on Linux, but it's a little bit of work. But my computer is strong enough where I can kind of do it, do 60 FPS, 1080p at 60 FPS videos, even though I don't have NVENC enabled. So, yeah, overall, pretty good outcome, just a lot of work. Okay, so anyway, this is a devlog, music devlog. So, oh, that's right. Since I didn't lose any data, so Gearend will continue as usual. I got everything pretty much set up over here. I've got Ant, I've got Git, I've got what else? Blender. I've got, IntelliJ. I got pretty much everything set up so I can get back to work. I haven't been working really hard. I, just been discouraged because of the audio problem with my microphone, but it's okay. It's a minor thing. Hopefully I'll get it fixed or something, and I'll be able to continue making the game. So anyway, this is where we are. Someone said something about my music, one song sounding kind of like Zeal from Chrono Trigger, the Kingdom of Zeal, the soundtrack, or I guess you could say the song to the Kingdom of Zeal. I pretty much I really like Chrono Trigger and the kind of music that it has, and so I wanted to try to make a track that's like that for Gearend. That's kind of Zealish. So we'll see how that turns out. Here's what it sounds like. so that's basically it. Yeah, so that's basically it. I'm probably I like how it turned out. I like I might pitch it up a little bit so that you can hear the bass a little better. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds pretty good. I think it fits in pretty well. Gearend has a lot of different kinds of music. I'm not gonna even trip because I know that it's inconsistent. I already know that the hopefully the quality is there. It's just the style is all over the place. This is really heavy on samples, not very many synths. Well, a few synths here, you know, I guess half and half, whereas some are like really synthesized, others are more kind of rock, you know, more realistic kind of feeling. So the music's going to be kind of, you know, variable. That's fine with me. I'm not going to worry too much about it being inconsistent. I just want it to be really high quality where you like every song, even if it's like, oh, this one sounds like an NES song. None of them sound like, you know, that disparate. But even if it's like, oh, this one sounds like a chiptune and that one sounds like a, you know, orchestral theme. Well, if they both are great, then, you know, that's fine with me. Even though, you know I should probably put in effort to like make them sound like they belong in the same universe. So anyway, we'll worry about that maybe for Gearend 2 or something. So yeah, everything's going good. I'm sitting on a pretty good amount of tracks here. Most of them are pretty solid. A couple of them need to be kind of like fixed up. They're maybe, you know, just kind of arranged or things like that. Whereas others are like, I don't know what to do with this basically. Where I have no idea what I'm going to do with this track. I have to kind of like either destroy it or like build it into something. So I have a few songs here. I actually have a boss theme already. I have a pretty good amount of tracks that are like, you know, kind of normal through the game playing, you know, music, just kind of background music. So we'll see how it all works out. I think that it's gonna sound pretty good and it's gonna play pretty well as well. Otherwise, I've solved, I believe I mentioned in the last devlog, I had a kind of transparency issue with the objects that were rendered on screen, transparent objects. As it turns out, I believe the issue was just that BDX takes advantage of libgdx's sorting method for transparent objects. So basically, it sorts them based on the object's position, not the face's position. So I lazily just moved the face of the smoke objects forward to, you know, have them in front of objects. That's stupid, instead of actually spawning them in front of objects. So that was messing with the sorting order. So I think that I fixed it and it should show up correctly. I also documented that on the BDX GitHub. So that's nice. All right. So anyway, this has been it's 8 minutes. Yeah, I guess that's kind of short. Short little devlog update for Gearend. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. You have fun, and hopefully I'll have something substantial next time as well. Oh, I've been doing some things with the plot too. I'm not going to show them, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not going to show them. They're in the plot board. But the general idea is, well, maybe I'll cover it at some other time. But anyway, I just added a little bit here to the map just because I'm getting a idea of how the world's going to be laid out according to the plot. And yeah, everything's going pretty well. So we'll see how it all works out. Maybe on the next devlog video or another devlog video, I'll go into the plot without hopefully spoiling anything. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune, and this has been a Gearend, well, it's kind of like a generic now, general Gearend devlog video. Thank you. See ya.